Let us critically analyze the novel The White Tiger by Aravind Adiga. Aravind Adiga is an Indo-Australian writer and a journalist. He won the Booker Prize in the year 2008 for his novel The White Tiger. The novel was also published in the same year. He has also written other novels like Selection Day, Amnesty, Between the Assassinations, but among all his novels and his short stories, The White Tiger is a novel which stands out and which is the most popular one. Aravind Adiga is the fourth Indian-born author to win the Booker Prize. The first one was Salman Rushdie, next Arundhati Roy, next Kiran Desai, and then Aravind Adiga, fourth one, and the fifth one was V.S. Naipaul. Let us move to the novel part now. The novel The White Tiger addresses the issues of religion, caste, poverty, corruption, loyalty, and therefore all these things can be taken as the themes of this novel. The novel also employs dark humor and satire to express its themes. The novel also sarcastically criticizes the politicians and the Indian government for being corruptive in nature. Everyone knows this, okay? This is not a thing which is hidden by any Indian, okay? Everyone knows how corruptive our government and politicians are, and this novel reflects the same in a sarcastic manner. Moving on to the poor people of India who are depicted in this novel. We see the deplorable state of these poor people living in India. Rich are becoming richer every single day while the poor are becoming poorer. And poor people are being harassed by the rich. This is what is depicted in the novel. Now, we also see the naked reality of life in India as it is. We see stereotypes in the novel which we see on a daily basis in our day-to-day lives. The novel has a vocabulary which is direct, very brutal, to the point. And this vocabulary is not sugar-coated, it is very brutal as it is, as it should be. The novel has a tone of anger, protest and frustration on the part of the poor people because they are the ones who are being exploited on a daily basis by the rich people. The novel is very fast paced, okay? Once you start reading the novel, you won't feel like putting the book down until you have actually completed it. So it is very fast paced and it is entertaining as well. The reader is always glued to the novel until he actually finishes it. And this is why the story is so gripping. It is fast paced as well as it entertains. It is humorous. Therefore, it is a jam pack of everything that a reader wants. Now, moving on to the analysis part of the novel. In the novel, we see that Aravind Adiga describes two Indias. The one which is dark and the next one which is light. The dark part represents the poor people, the poverty in India, which is to a very high extent. And the light part represents the rich people of India who become rich every single day. Chapter number 1 ends with Balram Halwai confessing the murder that he committed without any guilt. Okay, he confesses that he has committed a murder, but he does not feel guilty about it, not at all. So, Aravind Adiga has established a stark contrast between poor and the rich in this novel, between the light India and the darker part of India in this novel. So they both are completely different from each other. The rich exploit the poor as much as they can and they pay them so little as less as they can. Chapter 1 also shows us the theme of identity crisis which we see in Balram. Balram, when he was a very small child, he was called as Munna, and when he grew up a little, his school teacher named him Balram. And after some time, when an inspector came to his school to inspect his school, he named him the White Tiger, and that's where the title of this novel comes from. And afterwards, when he shifts to Bangalore, he renames himself to Ashok. Ashok was his master in Delhi, whom he murdered. In chapter 2, we see the failure of the government infrastructure as well as the corruption that takes place in our society. Balram's father was a TB patient and he was taken to a nearby hospital. That village in which Balram lived did not have any hospital, so he had to go to another town to take his father to a hospital. And there too, they were waiting for the doctor to arrive, but he did not arrive. They were waiting in a long queue for the treatment of his father, but the doctor did not arrive till the end, and Balram's father died over there in that hospital. So, Balram's own village did not have any hospital, and Balram says in the novel that there were 3 different stones laid for the hospital by 3 different politicians before 3 different elections. So, 3 times the planning of the hospital was taken place, but the construction was also not even started till now. In chapter 3, again we come across the theme of identity, wherein Ram Prasad, who was a driver before Balram was appointed, and Ram Prasad had actually changed his identity from a Muslim to a Hindu in order to secure this job as a driver to feed his family, which is not actually wrong. But Balram reveals his identity to his master and he kicks him out of the job. Now Balram is the sole driver in their family and they have to depend on him. At once in the novel we see that Balram says that they were passing by a statue of Mahatma Gandhi after giving bribe to a politician. How wrong is this? In chapter 4 of the novel we come across Balram, who was made to confess a hit and run case which was actually committed by his master's wife, that is Pinky Madam. She committed this crime, but it was transferred to Balram. Why? Because he was a poor person. Another instance is where a man who belonged to the lower class of the society, he tried to enter a mall in Delhi. And he was prevented to enter the mall. Another instance is of a man who tried to exercise his right to vote, but he was murdered. Now, right to vote is a right given to everyone, right? No, this is not so in villages. In villages, the rich people try to buy votes from the poor people. And these poor people do not have a right to vote. They have to vote who pays them. So the rich people give some gifts or some money in cash to these poor people, and these poor people in turn, they vote to that rich person. They give their vote to that rich person. This is how it happens in villages. They do not have even the basic human rights. In chapter 5, we see an argument that took place between Balram and Ashok because Balram dropped Pinky Madam to the railway station because Pinky Madam and Ashok were divorcing each other. And due to this, there took place a quarrel between Ashok and Balram. And this quarrel resulted into a fight. Now this fight foreshadows the murder of Ashok. We get to know that something bad happened due to this fight. In chapter number 6, we see Balram tries to imitate his master Ashok. So Ashok was now alone. Okay, he has divorced his wife and he goes to the pubs, he goes to party with his friends, and he spends nights with women. Now, Balram also has this corruptive influence of Mr. Ashok on him. Okay, in Delhi, all these things take place in Delhi. Okay, and Balram also tries to chase these things: women, money, fame, etc. Okay, he also tries to chase all these things, and in the due course, Ashok realizes that all these things are not fruitful, they are all in vain. But Balram even then tries to chase these things. This happens in chapter number 7, where Balram wants everything that Ashok has. Ashok realizes that everything he has is of no use, but Balram wants everything that he has: money, women, fame, everything. Balram was frustrated with the inequality that was happening between the rich and the poor, and the life of poverty which he has led so far. And now Balram finally murders Ashok. Balram confesses that it took him 4 weeks to come over with this crime. Okay, he had already shifted to Bangalore, and there he started his own taxi driving business. In chapter number 8, even though Balram knew that his own family would be killed if he was caught after murdering Mr. Ashok, even then he killed him, and he went away from Delhi to Bangalore, and he changed his name from Balram to Ashok. He named his name over his master's name. This revolution by Balram changed nothing in society. The corruptive nature of politicians and the government is still there. The infrastructure of government hasn't yet improved. He changed nothing in the society except his own social position in the society. He became rich after opening this taxi service company of his own. Balram also corrected one mistake which Mr. Ashok made. Mr. Ashok considered Balram one of his family members, but Balram considered his employees, the people who worked in his taxi service company, as employees, not as a family member. So all in all, this novel is a very gripping and engaging story. It entertains you, it is humorous, as well as it satirizes the Indian society. And we Indians can very much relate to this novel. That's what I felt while reading this novel. If you too want to read this novel in detail, you have the link in the description below. I'll see you soon again with another video lesson.